Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Mary Wilson from Celebrate a Book, and I'm really excited to be here today. I hope to inspire you to celebrate literature with your children this coming year, especially through book clubs, because that has been my favorite part of our homeschooling journey. I have 4 children. They are now a graduating senior, 10th grade, 8th grade, and 6th grade. And for the last 5 years, I've organized book clubs for one or more of them monthly, all school year long. And it has been amazing. It's actually why I started Celebrate a Book, because I was having so much fun that I wanted to inspire and help other parents do the same things in their homeschool community or for their own children. So I want to tell you a little story. It took place about 7 years ago when my oldest, so I guess it was 5 years ago, my oldest was in 7th grade. I was trying to figure out, how are we going to have fun in our school this year in the midst of all the angsty middle school stuff? What can we plan to just really help our English time come alive? How am I going to have a discussion with her when it's just the two of us? So I came up with this idea to have a book club. And I asked a few friends, hey, are you interested in joining me? Let's get our girls together and let's have a monthly book club. Well, that first one was such a hit. We were reading the Hunger Games books, and I came in complete Effie Trinket costume. And the host mom had spread a cornucopia of food on the table, complete with nightlock and little parachutes with helpful medical stuff at the bottom. It was Tic Tacs. And the girls loved it. We had so much fun that we continued these monthly book celebrations for the next 5 years. And we have had a blast. Now, we don't go all out with costumes and everything at every book club. Some were as simple as sitting over Frappuccinos at Starbucks. But at least several times a year, we have tried to do the full themed book club. And I am so glad we did it. So I'm here to help give you a few tips and inspire you to plan a book club with your kids this coming year. So what you're going to receive free today is a book club planning guide. It has everything you need and more to get organized and plan a book club for your kids this year. Who to invite, how to pick titles, how to keep the group organized. And don't get me wrong, if you just want to do it with your own kids or with just one other family, that works well too. Your kids will love the effort you go through, even a small one, to bring books to life in your homeschool. All right, so here's some of my tips after 5 years of organizing these. Make it themed. It really is fun. You don't have to do it for every book, but pick at least 3 or 4 a year. One every quarter, fall, winter, and spring. And go all out with some decorations, some games, crafts, food that are themed around the book you're reading together. It's really worth the effort. My second tip is just a practical one, and it's especially if you have young kids. Have some sort of starter activity. Now, this, of course, is if you're inviting other families to your book club, but kids are all going to show up at different times. Have a little maze that they can, just make copies for everyone. Some books, you might have an activity that they can get started on. Maybe they're painting something that will have to dry, but have some way to direct their energy when they first arrive. Okay, and then when it comes to the questions, people get really hyper about the discussion. It's not scary, and don't let it be. You're just chatting with your kids about a book. Homeschool moms, we know how to do this. But here are some tips I'll give you. Spread out the questions if you have younger kids. You don't have to have a formal discussion time where you ask them all at once. You can ask 2 questions right at the beginning, and then maybe do some activities, and ask 2 later on. And then maybe after a nice snack, you can ask another one. So you can spread it out. It's not as necessary with older kids. They tend to be able to sit down. In fact, they really enjoy sometimes sitting down for a focused discussion. But with younger kids, feel free to spread it out and make it work. And of course, it's always helpful to ask questions over food. So we always let the kids go make a plate from the themed fun food, or some months, just whatever mom felt like making, and then bring that to the table to have discussion. That works really well, keeping people focused and attentive at that time and giving them something to do. I also want to let you know this about discussion. 4 to 6 questions is plenty. You do not have to have an hour-long book discussion like you might at an adult book club. With younger kids, 15 or 20 minutes is plenty. With your older kids, you might get away with 30 to 45. But don't have an adult book club in your mind when you're planning a kids book club. So just know 4 to 6 questions is plenty. Heck, if you get 3 really great questions out there that produce a lot of discussion, then I say thumbs up. Because my final reminder is have fun. That's what you're doing. You're building relationships. You're helping your kids make friendships. You are bringing literature to life. You're laying the foundation for literary analysis, but you're doing it all while having fun. So remember that. In fact, our book club this year, we agreed that the fun and the social part was going to be our #1 priority. And then we hoped to get a few good discussion questions in there. It's been great, and the boys love it. So not only will you have a guide to help you get started, but if you head over to Celebrate a Book and look in the shop, there's a ton of freebies in there. And one that's really going to help you out, kick off your school year, is our Celebrate a Book guide for the Green Ember. It's absolutely free, and it will give you an idea of what we're all about. You will find all the work is done for you in these guides. You'll have all the ideas you need for food, decorations, crafts, and games, all around the theme of the book you just read. And all of your discussion questions are included. And I've put them to use, so I know they create good discussion. They're not yes or no questions. So I hope this is helpful to you. I know I'm planning a summer book club for my kids and some of their friends, so you could also, give it a trial run this summer. You'll find lots of other fun things over there that'll help you get started. So I hope this has been helpful and has inspired you to bring literature to life in your homeschool this year by celebrating books. Have a great day planning, guys.